It's as cold as outer space outside. But Nick is managing to keep the shop warm and keep the classic muscle rolling.
We're just finished overhauling the 18 spline 4-speed transmission for the Kawasaki car, my Kawasaki Challenger. So now I'm just cleaning out the speedometer housing and make sure I got the right gear for it, because you know, with a 354 ratio differential and with a 26-inch tire, we have to select the right speedometer gear to go into the transmission so you can have the correct speedometer. And then we have to stay tuned, because our next few engines coming on the dynamometer are going to be Chevys. Come inside, I'll show you. I overhauled the transmission last night. I installed a new seal kit, gaskets, and the 2 main bearings. Everything else looked pretty good, so I had it clean. I assembled it, and now we're just ready to put the speedometer back in, plugs, give it a good cleanup, and then paint it. And now we're going to double check to make sure this is the right speedometer for the car. So let's make sure we have the right one. Then I also have to replace the seal inside the housing. And this is what activates your speedometer in the car, right here. This gear that works on the rear shaft of the transmission. This operates your speedometer. So we got to make sure we have the accurate one with the tire size, the tire height I should say, and of course the gear ratio. And a lot of guys, you know, sometimes they're driving the cars and they don't have the correct mile per hour, mainly because they have the wrong speedometer inside the transmission. In many cases, when you change the ratio inside your differential, you have to change your speedometer gear. So in this case, it came with the car. I don't know what this is, but you know what? I'm going to check it and make sure I got the right one for my setup. And by the way, we got a few Chevy motors coming up. Well, we're going to start with Christina's big block Chevy. We're going to end up putting it on the dynamometer as soon as we get all the parts for it. Vasily's girlfriend's looking for about 600 horsepower, and then with a shot of 300 horsepower nitrous. So we're looking closely 900 horsepower. So this is going to be something to see on a dynamometer. We're going to activate a 300 shot on this big block Chevy and see how it goes. That's going to be pretty interesting to see. And in the meantime, I've got another Chevy right now on the dynamometer. It's not running, but here it is. I've got another Chevy here, which I'm going to get running next week. It's a 400 small block Chevy, most of one of my clients. So I got it, it was just a refresh, new rings and bearings and a valve job, valve springs, same cam and everything. This one also has ported heads. But anyways, we're going to get it running this week. And then of course, we're going to show it off on YouTube. So we have this Chevy for next week coming. We're going to put on that big block Chevy that belongs to Christina, which is Vasily's girlfriend. And make sure you subscribe, and you guys are all going to see it here on Nick's Garage.
Now let's get back to that speedometer gear.
So let's check our chart, see what we need with a 26-inch tire with a 354 ratio at the back of the car. And there we have it.
So what we need here is a 355 ratio or 354, practically the same thing, 26-inch tire. So the amount of teeth we need is 36. So the speedometer gear we're looking for is 36 teeth. So let's see if we have the right one in the first place. And this is the one from the car, and yes, it is the correct one, and here it is, 36 teeth. Now, what we do with this, we install it into our housing. Of course, I'm going to get a new O-ring in a minute. Since we have 36 teeth, look at this. Here, this is, see, it's got like a clock. It's got
got a certain way to go in. Here's our number right here, see? Between 32 and 38. So our speedometer is 36 teeth. So we gotta line this at 6 o'clock on the housing where it's marked. So see, this is for different teeth, 39 to 45, 20 to 26 to 31. Ours is 32 to 38. So here we go, watch this. Here's our pointer on the housing, 6 o'clock, right here. Okay, so then if we have to install the speedometer, this is how it goes, like so. And there you go, you see it? Then you put your lock and you lock it in place. Then you lock it with this, with a bolt. Then we put our lock in. Of course, I didn't have the O-ring in there yet, but it's coming in soon. And then you put it like this, and you lock it in place. There it is. And of course, our gear, our speedometer gear is 36 teeth. And here it is, 6 o'clock, right on the marker. You can't miss it, right here. See it? There you go. Here it is, 32 to 38 teeth. Ours is 36, so the pointer is at 6 o'clock with the pointer on the housing. There you go. And now you can have an accurate speedometer with your car. And if I didn't have the right speedometer, I've got quite a few in stock that I've been saving over the years. And here they are. Here's another engine that's going to be on in a month or so on the dynamometer. I've got here a 440 that comes from New York, and it belongs to Mike on a 66 satellite that we have in the shop. And we're building here a stroker because he's looking for a torquer monster. So we got a, what do you call a stroker, a 4150 stroke on this. It's going to be a 490 plus cubic inch. And of course, one of my favorites, Melling oil pump. Here it is. I've done quite a few engines with the Melling oil pump. Like on that 440 Demon, we passed 93 tests last night with the same oil and the same oil pump. We did all kinds of tests. I didn't show everything on YouTube, but then again, we had a lot of tests. Like we did the 5 tests with the cast iron intake, cast iron manifolds, carburetor, air cleaner. So now I'm building this 440. So this is gonna be interesting to be on the dyno. So anyways, that's another project for the future. And of course, we got our pistons for the Buick 455 right here. I've had the block sent out to get deck 20 thou because I wanted that 0 deck. And here is his pistons. So we've got him. We gapped in the rings. We got his bearings. We had the engine balanced. And now all we need to do is get the block back, wash it, and start assembling it together. And this is going to go into a 1967 Buick Skylark. And he wants to go with a 455, and he's looking for close to 500 horsepower. Alex, we're going to do our best. So now, get the cast iron paint, which it is cast iron.
With the transmission rebuilt and ready, another piece of Nick's 1970 Challenger puzzle is back together. But he has lots more pieces to lots more puzzles in the shop.
Oh yes, it's a long process, piece after piece after piece. And this is how we're gonna get the car done. And this is the original aluminum bells that comes from the U-Code Kawasaki Challenger. Of course, everybody strips aluminum threads. So I had a few helicals installed. And of course, there's a big piece of aluminum missing here where the pivot goes in for the torque shaft. So my buddy Dan welded it in, trimmed it, and made it look original and brand new. There it is. A lot of times when people screw things on aluminum, they over tighten them, over torque them, whatever, and they strip them. And in this case, I had a few helicals installed so I could have it nice and tight when I start putting it together. And now it's good as new. And it's ready for installation.
Rebuilding these old cars isn't about ordering a bunch of new parts and bolting them together. It's more often about working with the old, less than perfect parts and getting them back into factory or better condition.
Nick had me take off the rough. No point in wasting sand and material. Sandblast it all complete because we're gonna paint it orange again. I'm not sure what his plans are for this. I'm just gonna sand it down, and if he wants me to paint it, I'll paint it for him. Or if he wants me to leave it like that, I'll leave it like that.
It takes lots of good help to keep the shop running smoothly, and lots of good decisions as well. When a crack showed up on the side of Nick's 440 Demon Mule engine, he decided he'd ask Dan to take a crack at welding it up.
We have a little issue here with the 440 Demon that I been practicing on the dyno. We have a little crack in the block here. So what we're gonna try to do is an in-house repair. So is it gonna work or not? I don't know. So I have a buddy of mine who wants to give it a shot, and we're gonna do it, weld it, and then we're gonna put it in the car for a few months and try it out, see how it holds. Hey, you know what? R&D, this is what we'll do. And we're gonna practice on it and throw it in the car and take it from there.
The crack is on a low pressure area of the water jacket near a casting hole. Dan grinds it out and welds it up. But the real test will come when Nick drops the clutch next summer.
Here's another week at Nick's garage, and of course we've got more mail that came in this week. And let's see what we've got this week. And this is from Australia, and his name is John. Is that the man who bought the charger? Let's find out. Nope, never been to Australia, but one of my buddies is down there right now with the 40th year with the Mad Max. Christian. 26 hours to fly there from Montreal. Oh, what do we got here? Ooh. Oh, it is John. It is John. There's his Hellcat, and there's the Demon he just bought. And I believe that's his son, Nicholas. Look at that. Oh, look at this. Oh, let me see. I know, John's come to our shop. He's the man who bought that 68 Dodge Charger. He says he's going to send the flag of Australia. Here it is. John, thank you very much, John. John and Nicholas, thank you. There's another one. And this is from David from Tennessee. Well, you know what? I don't think I have a Tennessee flag in my shop. Tennessee? Yes, I've been to Memphis, Tennessee. I've been to Graceland, Elvis Presley, with his little airplane out in the front lawn, and of course his car. Here we go. Really enjoy watching your video. You know that every letter starts with that. I really enjoy watching your channel on YouTube. Everybody says that. And let me see that flag, but I don't have a flag at Tennessee. I gotta see this. There it is, David. Thank you. And I'm gonna put it up in my shop. Thank you very much, Dave. Here it is. Oh, this is a heavy package. Whoa. And this is from Tennessee, again from Tennessee. And it's from Arthur. Arthur, what do we got here? A flag and country ham. Wow, it feels so heavy. Now I know why. Wow, and a lot of viewers sent us pictures of their cars. And what do we got here? Nick and crew who are watching your show down here in Tennessee. Arthur and Jaleese, White Bluff, Tennessee. I think it's a 4-cylinder, no? It's a Volkswagen Rabbit truck. See anything familiar? What do I see? What do we see familiar? Oh, pistol grip. There's a pistol grip. There it is. Pistol grip. On a 1982 Volkswagen Rabbit truck with the pistol grip. There it is. Ah, you can't miss that. Awesome. This is awesome. And here it is. I believe this is our second flag of the day from Tennessee. Doesn't matter. I'm going to hang them both up in my shop because no matter how many I get of the same kind, I put them all up. Thank you, Arthur. Now let's see that country ham you just sent us. Let's check it out. Wow, this is unique. Never had any of that. Oh my God, I'm going to take it home and try it out. Country ham. Nice. The biscuit slices. Look at that. There it is. Something we don't have in Canada, but I'd love to try it. Thank you, Arthur. And the last one here is the one farthest away from Tahiti, from the French Polynesia. Wow. Isn't that a little island out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean? Wow. It's a little dot in the ocean, if I'm correct. Here, let's open it up, see what we got. Yeah, mopers down there? But this is something I didn't expect from down there. Okay, let's see what we got here. So this is the flag of French Polynesia. Wow, check that out. Pretty colorful, eh? That's a flag I've never seen before. Thanks, buddy. All the way from the French Polynesia, out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Hey, I love the stamps. Okay, check it out. French stamps, all the way from the French Polynesian. Here we go. Hello Nick, greetings from Tahiti. I watch every episode and I really enjoy the horsepower. We share the same experience back in 97 when I lived in California. I went to buy a brand new 1970 Dodge Charger and the salesman took one, looked at my pregnant wife and said, no. The Boss 2 brings back memories too. In 74, I went to the used car lots in Los Angeles and bought a 69 Mark 1. Instead, I found a Boss 302 for $1,700. During the gas crisis, all I had was $1,600 cash and they wouldn't come down the $100. And since I was out of town, I couldn't come up with the last $100. Here's a flag from Tahiti. I don't do any racing here, so I really enjoy your memories and what you provide. Thank you very much. Some history back there, right, in the 70s with the gas crisis in the USA. Yeah, I remember those days. But from the French Polynesia. And I've got viewers from all over the world. From every corner, south, north, east, west, you name it. Any nationality, any country, I guess they're all watching me. Thanks, you guys. I love you. And if you guys have some time, just look down on the computer. You're going to see our merchandise. If you guys like any of the stuff, buy it, and you'll love it. Or check out our Patreon /Nick's Garage. Thank you.